Okay, hi. Hope your week has gone by really, really well. So today I want to divert a little bit. I'll not be talking about studying in Finland today. I want to talk to those that are interested in moving to Finland as an employee. Okay, moving to Finland as an employed person for work. Okay, it's a tricky topic in 2025 here in Finland. We know about the 3 month employment. The 3 month rule when it comes to you being unemployed and residence permit and stuff like that. That's a whole topic on its own. I don't want to dive into it, but that's why I say it is tricky. But it's also a legit way to move to Finland as an employed person with your family. Okay. Now there are so many sectors that employ international talent from abroad. Okay, that way. But I would like to talk focus on these three because I have experienced it, because I've worked with some of them, because I know some of these people living here in Finland and I've heard from them firsthand. So I want to talk about this, and also I've seen some of the job advertisements that are even ongoing. So this is a sensitive issue when it comes to like people traveling, leaving their home country or going to another country for work or even studies. So if you know me here, you've been here, I'm always careful as not to mislead anyone, because this is very important. So that is why I'll focus on these three that I am aware of. But there are other, like there are different types of jobs that you can apply from your home country and move here as an employed person. Okay, there are so many, but today, for the purpose of this video, I will talk about these three. The first is you moving as a PhD student. And some of you may be wondering, like, how come? I'm not talking about you moving as a PhD student that, you receive grants. That's not what I'm talking about. That's different. I'm talking about you being employed by a university to carry out a project as a researcher, and at the same time you're pursuing your PhD. Okay, this is really one of the common ones, and it's really interesting, especially for those of you that are interested in academia. So this is for you. You can actually, and some of you may be thinking, oh, you must have a PhD. No, you need a master's degree. So if you already have your master's degree from your home country, and you had a good GPA, that's your grades are looking well, and you have an amazing research topic that's for your masters, that you really want to further develop, you can start looking for paid PhD positions, okay, in Finland. And in that way, it's like you sign a contract, a work contract. So you have standard employment for between 2 to 3 years, depending on how long the project is. So you are signing a work contract, you have your monthly salary and everything. So in that sense, you are an employed person. So it's like you're using one stone to shoot two birds. So you're working as an employed person and also pursuing your PhD. So that is the most this is one of the most legit ways to come to Finland as an employed person. That is, if you already have a master's degree, okay, you can look into this. And also, as an employed person, you are free to move with your family. So that's also great. And when you move here with your spouse as an employed person, your spouse will have room for integration, which means they may start with the relearning Finnish language through the integration process, and also they will receive some monthly stipends while they do that. And your kids, if they are still really younger kids, they will go to, like, they'll have like free daycares, okay, and even older kids, okay, the education is free. So this is one of the legit way for you to move here. So in that sense, you don't have to worry so much about, oh, how am I going to cope and all the likes. You just move, and you already have a job, and your spouse will also integrate with the Finnish language. And that is even good, because by the time you're done with school, even if it's 3 years, your spouse would have attained some level of Finnish, even if it's A2, and be able to go to school or pick up a job. So it is one of the legit way. okay, ways that you can move to Finland. Remember, you don't need to have a PhD. I want to repeat that because a lot of people think like for you to be employed by a university as a researcher, you must have a PhD. No, this is like you coming as a PhD student, but you are employed. All right. Okay, so another way you can move to Finland as an employed person, it's through the child care sector. So in that way, or the care sector, let me put it that way, not just child, it's not limited. So you can move as a nanny or you can move as a nurse. Okay, and for nanny, the job experience is not that, it's not like you must have 5 years or 3 years work experience as a nanny. As well, the qualification, you must not be qualified nanny per se, like you've gone to school and studied. No. So for some, just like 1 year, 2 years experience is enough, and also how well you present yourself to your employer. And how do you get see some of these jobs? You can go to more. I'll leave some of the links that you can just browse some of the sites where you can search for jobs in Finland. So when you search, you'll be able to see households that are looking for nannies. All right. So that way you can easily apply, and then you become an interview and you take it up from there. And as long as your job is full time and it pays you at least the limit, the threshold of like your monthly income. So it's been updated now. As of January, it's 1,600. So if you have that amount, then you're eligible to apply for a residence permit and move to Finland as a nanny. And you can also move with your family as well. Okay. The thing with this nanny or this nursing profession is that it will be difficult for you to switch sector, so like switch career. So it means that as long as you're in Finland, you must pursue only care jobs. So a nurse, a nanny, or early childhood education nurse, something like that. But it is also one of the legit ways that you can move to Finland. Okay, especially if your employer gives you, let's say, 2 years, 3 years contract, you are good to go. At least by the time your contract expires, at least your feet is already, you would have gone through Finland and Finland would have gone through you. I'm laughing because it's not easy. So you need jobs where you have more time before you renew your residence permit. So I'm talking about this because sometimes people move here as au pair, which is just 1 year, and your contract cannot be extended. It's just 1 year, and there's not enough time for you to maybe look for a school or another job. So it's quite difficult. So it's good to go for those jobs that will give you at least 2 years, okay, work contract. As a nurse, Finland is recruiting like nurses from all over the world as well. So you can come through. They have different companies and organizations that are looking for nurses. With for the nursing, you must be a registered nurse in your home country, so you must have studied nursing or you're practicing it as well. So that qualification must be there in order for you to be employed as a nurse. And with that also, you just have to apply, and when you get the job, then you apply for a residence permit, and you can also move with your family. Okay. The thing with the nursing, from like I said, I'm talking about this because these are like professions that I know people that are doing it, that they came here as a nurse or a PhD student or employee. So the pay for the nurses, it's really low as compared to someone who studied here in Finland. Okay, I'm not talking about a Finn. I'm talking about like even if it's an immigrant who studied nursing here in Finland, the salary will be a little bit higher or more than those coming from abroad. Okay, because even if you're already start nurse, they'll be paying you like a student nurse because they assume that you're working, you are learning. It's like on the job learning. So you must take that into consideration, so you don't feel like, oh, when you're coming here, you're coming to, you've heard that nurses, they earn more in Finland and you get that. No, 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 no. If you're coming here as a nurse from actually developing countries, know very well that your salary will be lower than that of those that have studied here in Finland. All right. The last but not the least that I want to talk about is you moving to Finland as a teacher. This is also something that is very, very possible. It was not that common, let's say 5 years ago, but now it's really common, especially early childhood education teachers, because Finland is in need of early childhood education teachers. So they are employing early childhood education teachers from abroad. I came across this job from the city of Helsinki. I will check and also try to leave the link in the comment section in the description box. So they are employing nurses qualified. So with this, you must be a qualified early childhood education teacher or primary or preschool teacher. So in your home country. So if you have a bachelor in education specializing in early childhood education or preschool, then please you feel free to search for jobs in this area and you'll be able to come here. Also, the salary it's not the same as those who studied here, okay, to get the early childhood education teacher qualification. It's different, but I always know that I think it's for a start, because if you come here also and you already start and you get your qualification um, um, approved, and maybe they will tell you if you need more credits, then you can take them up and become like really certified teacher in Finland, and then I'm very sure that your salary may increase. So I've talked about you coming as an employed person through PhD and also um, care work, so nanny, nurses, and then also early childhood education teacher. One thing I want to make clear here is that as long as you are coming from abroad, it will be difficult for you to like, you know, to get I don't know how to, but I don't want to say get used to, but for you to be able to navigate the job market after the employer that brought you to Finland. So it's a little bit tricky, okay? Because if someone employs you from your home country, like your residence permit is based on that employment. So you may just be answering yes, 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 yes to whatever that person is saying or that company is saying, just because you want to maintain your stay here. So it's a little bit tricky. But at the same time, Finland is fair enough. So it's not as if like your employer will just treat you badly or kind of like pay you whatever he likes. No, they follow the law here. There's a rule to follow. So, but I just want you to know that it is not easy, and make sure you go for those jobs that will offer you at least 2 years employment contract, so that by the time your contract is expiring, you will not be like you would have known the job market, or ask questions and settle here in Finland. But one thing I want to also mention is, do not give money to people to employ you, because people are taking advantage of like foreigners that wants to move here as employees, or as a to look at like with a job. So don't give your money to anyone. Please don't. And before you sign any contract, make sure you are familiar with some of the collective agreements here in Finland. And you may be thinking like, how? There is International House of Helsinki. They are different. I'll try to leave these links in the comment section that you can reach out to them and find out more. They are open to help whoever is moving to Finland as an employee. They are able to help you with your contract. They are able to help you with insurance, with taxation, like everything. So some employers are really great that they help you with some of these things, but most they assume that when you come here, especially with taxation, you have to sort it out yourself. So Finland has like agencies that are taking care of this, and will help you to settle in and get things done. So please, to round this up, make sure the job that you're applying for is legit. No employer, I repeat, will ask you to pay a huge sum of money before you sign your contract. No employer will do that. No. For you to be able to sign a work contract, it's like you applied for a job, you were interviewed, you got the job, that's it. You sign your contract and you process your residence permit all by yourself. Your employer will just supplement your application. So which means you are not giving your employer any money. So for you to know if it is actually legit, they're not gonna ask for any money. They're not gonna say, when you arrive in Finland after the first 2 months, you have to pay this to me. No. The employer is paying you, you're not the one paying your employer. Common sense. So please be careful out there and make sure you check out some of the links I'll leave, and also just Google it like jobs in Finland. You will see them. Early child education jobs, nanny, nurses, um PhD researchers. There are a lot of them out there. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, please give it a thumbs up, like this video, share with your friends, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Okay, thank you so much for watching. God bless you. See you. Bye.